Hello students, in this lesson we'll study about the bearing plates. To get started with, let us understand what are bearing plates. So under the flat-footed rail, especially bearing plates are used under your flat-footed rails. Okay, so if you observe here, so this is a flat-footed rail. This portion is nothing but your bearing plate. Okay, here if you observe, this is the bearing plate which is used under this particular rail over the sleepers. So this is how your bearing plate will look. So to get the definition or to understand the definition, the plate which are placed in between the flat-footed rails and sleepers, especially what wooden sleepers on a railway track are known as what? Your bearing plates. So these are nothing but you can call the bearing plates as chairs for flat-footed rails. Detail about chairs we'll study further. So we call it chairs when it is used for your bull-headed or double-headed rail. But if you are using it for a flat-footed rail, these chairs are nothing but your bearing plates. Understood? So they are normally made up of your cast iron or wrought iron or your steel. So in India, commonly steel bearing plates are used. Okay. Now, what are the suitability? Where exactly we have to go for bearing plates is important. Write the suitabilities of where we use the bearing plates. So the provision of bearing plates is necessary when you lay a railway track with wooden sleepers and flat-footed rails. Okay, that is first important criteria, that you use wooden sleepers. I mean, you have wooden sleepers and it is a flat-footed rail. Even in this, there are criteria. Suppose you use a very soft wood as your sleeper, then you have to go for using the bearing plates. Next is for high intensity of traffic. Say if it is a low intensity of traffic, some places it is not required. But if it is high intensity of traffic, what will happen for high intensity of traffic? Higher amount of loads will come onto the railway track. There you have to compulsorily use your bearing plates, or else what will happen is your flat-footed rail will get into your or compress into your wooden sleepers. That's the reason we have to use it in high intensity traffic places. Next is, if there is any curved portion, if you are using your flat-footed rails in your curved portion of the railway track, then you have to go for using the bearing plates. Next, fourth point is in points and crossings. So wherever there are points and crossings, in the turnouts of your railway track, you have to go for using your bearing plates. And lastly, on bridges, if your railway track is passing through bridges, there also you need to use your bearing plates. So at all these places, when you have wooden sleeper along with flat-footed rail, you have to go on compulsorily providing the bearing plates. Understood? Now, there are certain advantages of using this bearing plate and also certain disadvantages. Let us see one by one what are the advantages first. Okay, so the first advantage is these plates will distribute the load which is coming onto the rail onto a very large area of the sleeper, and hence it will prevent the sinking of rail into the soft wooden sleeper. So bearing plates will avoid what? Sinking of rails into the sleepers, and they will also help to distribute the loads on rails onto large area of sleepers. Okay, so that is the first advantage. The second advantage is this plates will prevent the cutting of rails into your sleepers due to the rubbing action of rail on its seat. Therefore, what will happen? It will in turn increase the life of the sleeper and result in the economy. If you want to write this point in short, it is called as rail cutting. So normally the flat-footed rails, what they'll do, they will cause destruction to your sleepers by cutting them, because the sleepers are made up of wood material. No, when when the large amount of forces loads come on to them, this rail tend to cut the sleepers, and because of that, what will happen? Your sleeper will get destroyed, and hence you have to replace your sleeper, so that will cost you more. So basically providing the bearing plates will increase the life of the sleeper, and that will result in your economy. Okay, so that's your second advantage. The third advantage is these plates will avoid adjoining of sleepers. So you don't have to strengthen the sleepers because you are providing the bearing plates. Normally, if you want to do strengthening or adjoining of sleepers, you will, especially weak sleepers, you will need more labor, more time. So that can be reduced by the help of your bearing plates. So that is also one of the advantage. Moving on to the next advantage, these plates will enable the spikes to remain tight under vibration, and also this will result in less maintenance. So if you are using your spikes to connect your sleepers with the rails, what will happen? The bearing plates will enable the spikes to remain tight. So what will happen if they remain tight? Maintenance cost can be reduced, and it will require less maintenance time also. Okay, that is also one of the advantage. Moving on to the next advantage, this plates will prevent the widening of gauge. Normally, whatever gauge we give, no, because of the movement of train in the specially curved portion, what will happen? The gauge tend to widen. Now, by providing this bearing plates, the widening of your gauge on the curves will be prevented, and a proper spacing between the gauges can be maintained. Okay, that is also an advantage. Then the sixth advantage is it will provide overall stability to the track. So these are some of the advantages of providing your bearing plates. Also, there are certain disadvantages. What are the disadvantages? The first disadvantage is these plates will allow or admit the moisture to get into the sleepers. So, what will happen when the moisture will get into the sleepers? This will loosen your this bearing plates will loosen, and due to this what can happen, the segment of ballast can happen, and there will be lot of mechanical wear of the sleepers, which is difficult again to renovate it or replace it. Okay, so that is one disadvantage. Second disadvantage is these plates will rattle when they get loose. Rattle means what? Shake. So they will shake when they get loose because of the improper fixing of these particular bearing plates, or the fastenings can get loosened, or the bolts which are connected to these bearing plates can get loosened, and that will in turn loosen your bearing plate, which will give that rattling sound. Okay, so that is one disadvantage. The third disadvantage is when any spike is injured, a spike is used to connect the bearing plates. Okay, whenever a particular spike is injured and it is required for us to redrive a new hole, if you want to put a new hole, all other spikes in the bearing plate has to be pulled out, and then we have to do the drilling, and then we have to place it. That will be more tedious. Okay, so that is also one of the disadvantage. So spike injury, you can tell. Okay, so whenever a spike is getting injured, you have to remove all the spikes, remove the bearing plate, drill a new hole, and then we have to fit it. A lot of work will be involved. So that are the disadvantages of using a bearing plate. Now moving on to the types of bearing plates. There are two types of bearing plates. So the first type is your flat. So let's call bearing plates as BP. So flat bearing plate, and the second one is what? Your canted bearing plate. Okay, these are the most commonly used types of bearing plates. Now flat bearing plate is like this. If you observe, it is flat like this, and there is a square hole for drilling your spikes. Normally dog spikes, more detail about spikes we'll study in further classes. Normally dog spikes are used for your flat type of bearing plates. Okay, the second one is what? Canted bearing plates. If you observe, canted bearing plates have like this type of section. Okay, so here a provision for your dog spikes is provided. Now when we use flat type and when we use canted type is very important. So if you are going for turnouts in your tracks, especially under points and crossings, you have to go for the use of your flat bearing plates. Okay, so in these portions only you will be using your flat bearing plates. And when it comes to the canted bearing plates, if you are using soft wooden plates, if you are sleepers you are using, then you have to go for your canted bearing plates, especially on curves, on sleepers, either sides of joints. So whenever there is curve, you have to go for canted bearing plates. Whenever you have sleepers on either side of the joints, you have to go for the canted bearing plates, and on bridges also you have to go for the canted bearing plates. Okay, normally canted bearing plates are nothing but they are provided with a slope of 1 in 20 like this. Okay, and also outside of the foot there will be a So these are the features of a canted bearing plate. What is that? On the outer side there is a shoulder provided, a slope of 1 in 20 is provided, so that your flat-footed rail is exactly kept in position of the tilt. Okay, so normally an inward slope is provided and a certain space or a recess is provided in the middle of your rail seat. So this recess is nothing but what? Some space. This space is provided to prevent the rocking of the rail into the seat. So these are the features of your canted bearing plate. So this is your flat-footed bearing plate. This is your canted. Canted is exactly the side view is not visible. There will be a slope of 1 in 20 given to the bearing plate so that a tilt is given to your rail. Okay. So these are the different types of bearing plates which are available. So as I mentioned, bearing plates are nothing but chairs for your flat-footed rail. If you are using for a bull-headed rail or a what is that double-headed rail, then it is called as chairs, about which we will be dealing in the next lesson. So hope this details about bearing plates is clear to you. Thank you.